It's time for another prophetic soundbite. I'm Pastor Emeritus of Covenant of Grace Ministries, Reverend Ron L. Spratley. Today, our teaching is going to be about the erosion / depletion of moral capital. This short teaching is going to explain a lot of things to you that are happening right now, but it's going to explain it to you from a spiritual point of view. So let's get into our teaching on the erosion / depletion of moral capital. When we look at Matthew 24:12, Christ says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." This iniquity is lawlessness. On my last soundbite, I talked to you about the importance of the rule of law. But in these end times here, Christ is telling us iniquity shall abound and the love of many shall wax cold. So lawlessness is going to grow, all right? And the love is going to grow cold. So let's look at moral capital defined. It is the soul and or spirit of a man / woman where godly moral character, values, principles, and beliefs are stored or accumulated. It's often referred to in the Bible as the heart of man. Let's go into our bullet points. When moral capital erodes or is depleted, an individual or society, it becomes dysfunctional. In other words, when it becomes dysfunctional, we have inappropriate behavior. So there's a tipping point in any society, okay, when too many people peel off into worldliness and too many people are controlled by their sin nature, okay, the society can become dysfunctional and you see an abundance of inappropriate behavior, okay? Our second bullet, the inability, when this happens, people have an inability to function in society. And with this inability to function, here's some of the things you see how it manifests itself. You see our prisons fill up, you see our jails fill up, and all of us are affected by this. So when people are unable to function, this is the result. Continuing, moral capital erosion or depletion manifests itself with what? Crime, violence, and warfare. We're seeing this globally. We're seeing this right now. This trend will continue unless people come under the governing authority of the Holy Spirit. This is why the preaching of the gospel is so important. This is why you should support the preaching of the truth and the gospel. You should support ministry in any way you can, because unless we bring the globe and society under the governing authority of the Holy Spirit, this trend is going to continue, my friends. I'm not coming to you as a bearer of bad news. I'm coming to you with the truth so you can understand this. This is why we call the Holy Spirit the governor, okay? The Holy Spirit can be present in everyone at the same time to restrain crime and inappropriate behavior. That's the beauty of the Holy Spirit. He can be present everywhere at the same time. This is possible, okay? But it has to become a reality, all right? And he can do this, he can restrain us because he resides inside of us. He can restrain us from crime, he can restrain us from violence, he can restrain people from warfare before it occurs. This is the key thing. Oftentimes with law enforcement, okay, they can only arrive after the fact. And law enforcement cannot be everywhere at the same time. So much of our crime happens inside of households, or it happens within groups of people who know each other. So law enforcement cannot be everywhere at the same time, but the governing authority of the Holy Spirit, if we get people born again and they receive the Spirit, he can be everywhere at the same time to govern us. See the beauty of that. We live in a world where so many people are morally bankrupt, okay? So many people are morally bankrupt. Here's our key principle, coming straight from the Bible. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed what? Evil thoughts, adulteries, fornication, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man. So this is where all of these things manifest. All truths parallel, okay? Before you see something in the physical world occur, it parallels in the spiritual world. So we have to fix the hearts of men and women through the preaching of this glorious gospel that Christ has given to us, my brothers and sisters. So you can see the only way we're going to bring this under control is through the governing authority of the Holy Spirit. So as the older people used to say, he is a heart fixer. He is a mind regulator. This is what makes the gospel of Christ so great. Thank you for your time. I hope this message has blessed you, and we look forward to bringing you a message in the future. Thank you very much.